Alright, this next video is to share with you some review problems from our Chapter 5 Formative Assessment, or our Chapter 5 review. So student standard number 1, this is problem solving standard. Remember, for the problem solving standard, you want to make sure that you show a complete understanding of the problem situation and have no problem solving errors. If you can show me in multiple ways how to solve the problem, that would be great. So it says Damon is buying water bottles for the runners in the upcoming cross-country meet. He shops around at 3 different stores to find the best deal on water. Target, it was 24 bottles for $6.96. Walgreens, 16 bottles for $4.96. Pick and Save, 32 bottles for $10.56. So it tells me to calculate the price per bottle at each store. Okay. It says you may do your work on a calculator, but must show the number sent. It says you solved for on your calculator below for each size bag. So for the first one, for Target, it was 24 bottles for $6.96. So I know if I take $6.96 and divide that by 24 bottles, that would give me the price for one bottle. So I could solve it that way. Another way is to make a proportion. So I have $6.96 for 24 bottles, and that's going to be equal to something over one bottle, because I want to see the cost per bottle. That will give me that unit rate that will tell me which is cheaper per bottle. Now I know to go from 24 to 1, I'd have to divide by 24. So I have to do the same thing up in the numerator, divide by 24. And I have $6.96 divided by 24. And I could long divide that, but because I can use a calculator, I'm just going to do that on my calculator. So $6.96 divided by 24, and I'm left with 29 hundredths of a dollar, which in other words is 29 cents. Now make sure you have an appropriate label, because that is in dollars, not cents. If you wrote 29 hundredths of a cent, then that wouldn't be accurate for the problem, because we started with dollars originally. So $6.96 for 24 bottles is equal to 29 cents for one bottle. So then Walgreens, I can do the same thing. 16 bottles for $4.96. So I could take my $4.96 and divide by 16. Or set it up with a proportion, $4.96 divided by over 16 bottles. Let's come up B for bottles, and that's equal to something over one bottle. So I know I have to divide by 16 this time, and divide by 16 in the numerator, and my quotient would equal 31 cents. So I would have $0, 31 hundredths, or 31 cents. And then lastly, we have Pick and Save, which I'm going to write kind of down here in the bottom. We have 32 bottles for $10.56. So again, I could just divide $10.56 by 32 bottles, because I'm trying to figure out what one bottle would cost. Or I could set my proportion again. That helps me organize my information. I have 10.56 over 32, and that's going to equal one bottle. So I'm going to have to divide by 32 again. Apologize for the sloppy writing. So $10.56 divided by 32. And then that equals 33 cents. So I ask myself which one's the better buy. I have 29 cents, 31 cents, or 33 cents. 29 cents is the better buy, so Target would be my better buy for the water. So that is student standard number 1, problem solving. A couple of different strategies to solve those problems. Just simply looking at the problem and realizing I need to divide, or using proportions to help me understand what I have to do. So thank you for watching, and practice those strategies.